Hello, I'm Jose Diaz-Balart. As Comcast employees, we take pride in giving back to the communities we serve, and giving to United Way is part of our company's DNA. It's been that way since our founding more than 50 years ago. United Way helps not only the nameless and faceless people in need in the communities where we all live and work, but it also helps fellow Comcasters. You're about to watch the stories of 3 of our coworkers whose lives were greatly affected by the work of United Way. From assisting a colleague toward the American dream of owning a home, to offering a lifeline in a time of war, to spreading awareness about the vulnerability of preterm babies. These 3 stories represent the heart and soul of United Way and why we as a company support them every year through our annual campaign.
My name is Veronica Wright, and I'm an administrative assistant here at Comcast, and I support the New Business Xfinity Home team and 5 VPs.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, my oldest son is Daniel. He'll be 25 this year. And Cheyenne, my daughter, she's on her way to Penn State. Kevin is my fountain of youth.
You want to get up for mommy?
I love my home. I've been living there for 19 years. It's a long time. 20 years ago, I was renting an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment. Being a single mom was not easy, and I was young. Meeting monthly expenses like daycare, trying to keep food on the table, and my monthly rent were a challenge.
Habitat for Humanity helps vulnerable families into a safe, decent, affordable place to live. We end up selling the home to the homeowners at a zero-interest mortgage. Veronica is one of our perfect stories.
For Habitat for Humanity, you have to participate in the construction of your home, knowing that, I put that wall up, or I installed that window. And I didn't realize how it would transform my life. When I first walked into my home, I was so excited. I was so excited to know that my son will be growing up in his very own home.
She's been an advocate for Habitat Philadelphia, block captain. She's really done wonders on the whole neighborhood.
We deserve a beautiful day like this for these great new homeowners.
When I see those families entering the home for the first time, it takes me back to when I first got my home. So I know what those folks were feeling when they went in.
Donating to United Way gives us additional funds to be able to build more houses, to really help more families like Veronica to be able to live a better life and live out their dreams.
My hope for my future is not really for me, it's for my children. And I'm hoping that the example I have set, they'll live by that example.
Yay!
I give because I know firsthand the impact that the United Way could have on a person's life.
My name's Elvis Bechitovich, and I'm a supervisor for credit and collections for Comcast. I supervise a group of 6 agents, and I help with the daily activities such as taking escalated calls. In my free time, I like to go hiking. And it definitely lets me go back inside and look throughout my life, the stuff where I used to be and how far I came. Bosnia, where my family was located, life was good. There was work, there was prosperity, and people, families were living together. And then 92, the war started. The army came in, and essentially people who you were close with, people who you had dinners with, even brothers and fathers turned against each other. My dad and his brother and a few other people took up arms because they had to salvage for food. During that time is when the grenade fell and actually took his leg out, and he was rushed to the hospital, which was under Serbian control, and we never heard from him since. My mother, she's an amazing woman, and when that happened, she had to fend for herself and me. We finally applied to come to United States.
They resettled in 2001, and they were transferred to our agency. Elvis's mother took English classes here and employment workshops, and she was able to get a job that required little or no English, and she did very well in that. We were very proud of her.
The Refugee and Immigration Center, that's what laid the groundwork for everything.
The United Way has been wonderful. They have supported us in many ways throughout the years to make the best of the refugees' lives.
Everybody who contributes to United Way essentially help us to prosper and give us a chance to chase what we call an American dream. If my father could see me today and to see the man that I've become, he would be proud.
I danas dan u Lelu su ljudi pomažu, fino nam je, thank you.
I give because United Way has made it possible for my mother and I to start a brand new life.
Our family is like a unit of atomic energy.
Good job.
I would describe myself as probably like a lot of working moms out there, just trying to balance work and family. Living in Chicago, I work at a great TV station.
Here's some good news when it comes to the weekend travel.
I have a wonderful husband and twin boys. Bodie and Tanner are going to be 3 in the fall. I had the twins at 36 weeks instead of full term, so they were called late preterm. After a few hours and things were kind of calming down, the nurses were like, you know, Tanner's really not eating. And so they said, you know, we're gonna keep Tanner in the NICU, so I couldn't hold him. It was then that I knew, you know, I had to find a way to make a difference. The March of Dimes mission is all about healthy moms, healthy babies, and reducing premature birth rate. I started getting involved with the local chapter here in Chicago, hosting the walkathons, meeting with the ambassador families that have amazing stories. All of us do have a platform and we all have an opportunity, and that's through the United Way. Whether you check off a little box that says March of Dimes or whatever your passion is, you are making a difference. The day that Tanner was big enough to come home, I was so excited. Finally getting him in his little car seat and getting out to the car, and I remember driving home, I was white-knuckled. You know, I finally had both my boys in the back. It was truly probably the best night of my life. I give to the United Way because it's about family and it's about what's really important.
3 amazing stories of how United Way made a difference in our colleagues' lives. Each one of us has a story, and maybe one day we or someone who works right next to us will need a hand from United Way and the many organizations it supports, some well known, some not. Why will you give to United Way?